What's up guys, it's Jason from Cool Home. Today I'm going to take you through a process of how to create a kitchen design using the kitchen and bath customization tool. Alright, so this is a very simple model that I built using the kitchen and bath construction tool. So in this time, I'm going to walk you through how to building this model from scratch. Here you can see we have not only the wall cabinetries, but also bottom cabinetry. We built the islands. We will also be able to insert a sink and applying accessories and decorations with Cool Home's building tool. So I'm going to walk you through quickly in this video as well is the basic structure, folder structure of where and how we're going to use the tools. So let's get started. First, I'm going to exit this out project and I'm going to start with a new one. Okay, let's create a new project first. And we're going to draw the room first using the floor planner tool. Hey room, and draw a fairly big square room here. Note that I'm using the matrix system. If you ever wanted to change that, it's in the setting. You can always change to feet or meters. Now I'm using millimeters because it's a little bit more accurate. Okay. Also change the room name here. You can change that to kitchen. So in order to simplify process, I'm going to add a little window here. Go to the Windows tab, and hit OK, and hit OK. And let's say this is where we want to put the kitchen islands. So how do you enter the kitchen bath customization tool? It's very simple. Go to your advanced tool. Once you see this feature, click it. Notice that you will be automatically logging to Enterprise Catalog, which doesn't have anything yet. Not to worry, you can just simply close that off. And I'm going to walk you through the toolbar real quick. So whenever you see this toolbar, that means you have entered the kitchen bath customization tool, which you can also select. You can select furniture and parts, and you can have a design style. You can change the style globally. You can do smart deco. This is similar to AI template. You can also do design internal zooms within the cabinetry itself. Also, this is a really important tool. This allows you to generate countertop, moldings, sinks once the models of the cabinetry is placed. This one we don't really need to worry about right now. So let's collapse this. Once you're in this tool, where you really want to go, the next step, the second step is go to your public catalog. Click on it and hit open. So let's switch to the public catalog. Once we're in here, you can see the entire structure of this folder is based on, this is similar to a model library which contains all the base cabinetries, which we all call them furnitures. Any furniture, it means it has a standalone cabinet, whether it's a base cabinet, a base corner, a wall cabinet, also what we usually call an upper cabinet. We also have miscellaneous cabinetries and vanities. And also we have sanitary wares. For you in order to see the visuals of the cabinetry and what it looks like better, just click on the expand tool. And this is a much better interface which allows you to see what type of cabinetry it is and also what it looks like. Note that all the cabinetries are parametric, which means once you place in the cabinetry, it will automatically adjust and you can always change the length and depth of it without the distortion. So this is a different cabinetry model compared to what we usually use in the model library. Those ones, you cannot really scale them. You have also different mode of looking at cabinetries. You can also, filter them by the width or depth. So filter by dimensions. and also use the frequency or name by filtering. You can also search as well. But my favorite is just stay in where you can see the most amount of the assets without getting too less of information. So if you have the furniture here, you can see we have parts. Parts is anything that goes inside the cabinetry. See drawer or cabinetry doors or the shelf board, even the shelving lights and the light strips, which we'll go over in the later video. And combination, we don't have anything yet. And the third part, which is really important, is the material. This is a big section of different cabinetry materials. You can see a lot of board, you can see patterns, and you can see wood and metals. This model catalog is still constantly under updates, so we'll be having more clear definition, but right now it is recommended to search for the material that you have. You can see we have 96 pages of all kinds of materials. So first, starting with the base cabinetry, once we click on it, you can select it by using different catalog. We can use a base custom cabinetry as our starting point. So let's go to the floor plan and click on it. And you can see once I zoom in, the base cabinetry automatically snaps to the wall. So this is where we'll be placing, and if you look in 3D, if I close the tab and hit key number 3, you can see this cabinetry is automatically placed. So the next step is really, if you want to copy that, it's just really simple. It will automatically snap to the cabinetry right next to it. And as I click on the cabinetries, this is where I would like to differentiate two comments, which is select furniture and select parts. If I hit tab on my keyboard, so if right now I'm selecting furniture, after I hit tab, I'll able to select things like door, and also if we have more complex cabinetry, I'll be able to select more detail items. So if I select in the parts, I can first open it, and I can also hide it as well. Okay, and also when switch back to selecting furniture, if you pay attention to the parameters on the right side, you'll be able to see a true parametric model. What it does is you'll be able to adjust the length of it without sacrificing the scale. So if I type in 1200 for the width, you can see it's automatically turned into a double door base cabinetry. And also it has two sides of locking. So see, if I switch the locking to the right side and I hit 600, so it's locking the cabinetry from moving on the upmost right side. Okay, and then once I hit I'll be able to change the height as well. You can also do advanced parameter, see the toe depth, and also the position, whether you would like it to attach to floor or attach to an object. If you attach to an object, maybe you'll be able to actually move the cabinetry, but not gonna try it here. Let's do reset. Another really important panel, before I go to the next one, the style, also the levitation. Levitation is really the, if I type in 100, this is the offset from the ground in Revit. So this helps you offset the cabinetry if you really need to. Usually you need to keep it at 0. Okay, so let's go to the style panels. This is where you change the cabinetry base materials, like carcass style. if I click into Kaka style, you'll be able to switch the base cabinetry configuration to a different one. Say if I want the one that comes with electrical equipment, I'll just select this one. This looks like a stove. And there you go. So this is basically where you swap your, like how you swap the furniture in the floor planner, this is where you swap the styles of base cabinetry. And secondly, you can change the material here. I still recommend searching here, but in here if you want, say, a metal finishes, say stainless steel. And then you can just simply click. And you can see the entire cabinetry finishes has been changed. And later I'll show the way there is in global style, this is where you can change all the furniture cabinetries. I'll just demo it here. So if you want to select everything, right? Select all the cabinetry that you have. And you change the cactus materials. And you want to be, okay, I want this matte veneer eggshell color. Okay, apply. And as you can see, it will apply to all the cabinetry at the same time. So let's go back. If I hit door style, door material, you can also change it here. So you can change this whole material without even selecting all the cabinetries that is in the scene, which is really convenient. So this is why this one is called global style. This is changing all the cabinetry work that we're already putting. Some of you might ask, why does this drawer doesn't change? Because it belongs to a different category. So if we look for it, this is part of the drawer style. And this is, somehow this door was not updated for some reason, but we can always select here and update it on the right side panel. And there you go. So you have, a really consistent colors everywhere. And I'm going to close this off for now. And let's put in a few more other cabinetries that was it's going to be in the kitchen. One of the most important of select here is the corner one, the base corner one. So in here, since we're just a very simple small corner, if I just move my mouse here, we really just need a 90-degree turn of the base cabinetry. So you can select and just drop it in. And seems like we have placed in the round directions, which is okay. I believe we can always, let's go back to 2D view. And swap it. Okay, looks like we might have to replace that. Yeah, we have to replace it. Click open. Let's select the ones what we just did. Corner one, base corner 90-degree. Oh, this is peninsula. Basically an island turn corner. Let's just go to what is a very super easy turn corner. Okay, I think what you have to do is making sure it's snap on the right side, which in our case, this is actually the left side. Let's see, okay, and then move this one in. And then let's turn to the 3D view. Let's take a look. Okay, this looks good, except we will have to shift the rest of the cabinetry over. So let's use the shift key to select multiple models. And then of course I don't recommend using the arrow key. Let's move that back again. So this is 0. Let's go to the 0 height. Alright, looks good. And then let's just drag it out for now. So once you have the situation like this, the best way is to go to the 2D floor plan, which gives you a very accurate dimensional control. And then you use the dimensional input to lock in those cabinetries. So 0, 0, and 0 the mount, okay? So there you go, we have our corner pieces placed in. Let's add a few more to finish the look. So I would like something that has a drawer. So maybe what I'm going to do here is to find a base 3-drawer type. Okay, sweet. So this is where you'll be seeing, okay, the width does not match, right? Go to parameters and go to the depths. And what we want to do is lock the back side. So this side does not move. And want to push in from the front side. I believe this dimension is 600. And there you go. We have successfully, finished a turn corner. Let's add also a sink to this kitchen. Go back. And here, I think the base cabinetries, we just need to find one that is open for the sinks. So let's say, we can go to the vanity here. This also has, okay, we should be able to accommodate this. This door looks a little weird. To custom, let's just use the starter here, because there is sink base. Okay. I like to see the naming is not that important right now, but you can see that differences are sink base has the open top. So I'm just going to click here and add in the sink base. So this is a little too narrow, so I'm going to change the dimension by locking the left side and change it to 1200. So now this is more of a decent size for a sink cabinetry. Okay. Once we add a sink, let's add another storage unit. Let's see, we want, maybe something that comes with drawer as well, which will be really functional. And let's add one of these, my mom loved those. So a narrower little pantry slider. And let's finish this. And let's do something that is tall, so that contains, all the electrical equipment like ovens, like this one. Yeah, this one should be a good one. Let's see if we have something else. Okay, This one looks good. Click and then zoom out and then select. Go to 3D view. You see that this is actually, if I put in here, you need a board that on the side to cover it up, which we'll get into right now. And also, let's add in a refrigerator unit. Okay, sweet. Let's say we want this. Okay, let's select this furniture first, and let's check the height. So this is 2300. I don't think there's any issues with the height. We just need a sideboard. How do we do that? Go out, go to miscellaneous. This is where the fillers are. Let's go to a tall filler. And since it's just very simple tall filler, we don't really need any unit. This will just be, see, filler is just one board, but then, you know, first we have to shift it away a little bit to make a gap for the filler. So let's go to floor plan view. Move it back a little bit. And then go to 3D view so you guys see it more clearly. Let's go to, let's just do this one. 60 feelers. Okay. And let's make this 200. Actually, 2000. Let's see what is the height on top of it. The oven height. I think what we have to do is really measuring. Oh, this is weird. Let's see what happens if I change this first. Okay, that actually looks pretty good. We don't actually need a filler panel, but in case you needed it, it's right here. This filler panel happens a lot doing the irregular floor plans, so it's going to be your best friend. But for now, why don't we make it 3300 so it's just consistent with the overall look. But this might look a little too tall. Let's just all change them back then. 2050. This is more human dimension. There you go. Go back to first floor. And then use the dimension tool to snap this. Okay. Okay. And then there you go. So now we have placed the sink cabinetry, storage unit, multifunctional, which include the electrical equipment, where we have the fridge. And here I'm going to show you a pretty cool trick. If you press on Command O, this will open the drawer and let you see what exactly is in each drawer. So Command O. Okay, push that again. Closes the drawer. Okay, so now we have the base cabinetry put down. Let's add some upper cabinetry as well. All you have to do is go to what we call the wall cabinetries. First, you will need a hood. So if you go to the hood, actually then you should go to functional cabinetry. Oh, it's right here, ranch wood. And also, if you think this is more rather traditional, you can also shoot for what's called a kitchen and bath. So this, you can, just simply add the hood to the wall. You see, go to the first floor view. And then let me add it for now. Chimney hood. And then go to the 3D view, take a look. So this you have to manually update, what's the height for this hood. Let's put it 1200 for now. And then you can move it up. And this one looks okay. But in here, if you don't like the look, let's just put in some wall cabinetry. It's very simple. On the wall is doors. This looks a little weird, but let's see. Maybe you want something that's has more verticality. Okay. Let's add this, and let's do 600. Let's move that on the first floor. Okay, then just move it away. So this will be good. And we can also delete this, making sure this is like matching the cabinetries below. So same thing here. I do think if you want to add a ranch hood, it might look better if you just choose the one that has the matching aesthetics. And then let's lock the right side. I believe this is 1200, so let's make this 1200 as well. And there you go. We also want, add a filling pieces here. I think this will be helped with a wall filler. Okay. Corner filler, L-shaped filler. Let's see what this does. So you see, this is just, this fills in the gaps if we don't want this cabinetry to show up. But I think right now we need something a little bit, bigger than this. Let's do like end panels and walls. And we can keep stacking them. Or if we lock the left side, and then let's see the dimension of this. This is 200, so we can actually set this as 200 as well. Just really block this. Sounds good. Okay. On the other hand, let's just add the rest of the cabinetries here. Okay. And we can add a few more open ones, which would be nice. 60-inch open one, pairs few 30-inch. No. So just matches. Let's see if we're able to lower down the overall width of this. So this is 1600. Oops. Let's go back. Okay, sweet. So once we have, we have a little cleanup here to do. So once we have the cabinetry nailed down, the most important is how do you generate countertop? So let's do this. Very easy. You just have to select all the cabinetry that you wish to have a countertop on top of it. And you see the little hammer tool and click generate. Okay. So in here you see we have entered a different mode. And this is really smart too. It will automatically select all eligible furnitures. And you can generate different stuff. You can do manual drawing as well. But in here, let's just do the most common way. Let's go to the right side property panel to add and define the edge of the countertop. So this is where the front edge of the countertop is going to look like. We're just going to start with the most simple one, the square. And we can decide if there is to be a backsplash. Let's say we want a backsplash, okay? Let's say we just want a pretty common profile, 60 millimeters, and let's specify the materials. Let's go to, I would like to go to stone and artificial stone. And this one, let's just select this one for now. And you can see we can specify countertop thickness, 45 millimeter. It's fairly typical. And you can also select if you want the type joint to be a waterfall. In here, we would like to see the joint to be, connected very clean. So we like to do this one. And this is a really interesting option if you would like to extend the countertop, which I'll show you once we generated the first one. So hit generate. So you can see the countertop will be added. You see, there is no real extension to it. So if we were to edit it again, let's say we wanted front to prop out for about 15 millimeters, right? And first select the countertop and then change this parameter to be 15 and generate again. You can see this countertop has already been extended. So when this might not be enough, let's do a little bit more just to be clear. Let's do 30. And also let's do this extending to, to the left side if you need it, right? Okay, so now it's more clear the countertop is poking out, it's laid out nicely. So which you have noticed there's a little discrepancy here, is a little jog. How to get rid of that is very simple. You just have to click on it, go to manual drawing. When you go to manual drawing, this is a mode you'll see you'll be able to, adjust this point. So say if I drag this point and you say start generate, and this is literally the shape that is going to draw. So in order to get rid of this jog, one very easy method is you always wanted to go to floor plan view. Okay, and you can click this. First, get rid of one of the points, and second, you can click on the point and get rid of it. You can also add more points, right? By using the you can either drag it down. So once you see the color line, is perfectly vertical. and hit, delete this. And you'll say, what if I want to add more points? It's very simple. So once you click on the line, you can add any breakpoint anywhere you want. Add another breakpoint. See? And then once you click on the line again, you'll be able to adjust the angle of this, if you need to do this adjustment. So here I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to delete this breakpoint. And this really interesting feature, see if you want a filleted edge, and you see what's happening here if you select filleted edge, and this is what is going to happen. So you have like chamfered edge and a circular edge if you really need to. So I really like this filleted edge profile. This is the radius of the filleted edge. So let's say we want to make it a little bit lower or less dramatic. So this is nice. And then if we want this side to be extended out a little bit more, so I'll just use dimensional control to change it to, let's do 1530. And then let's go back to 3D view and see our outline. So what you see in here showing color is the final product that Cool Home is going to be generating. So let's hit generate. And there you go. So you have your countertop. So this is how you do that. All right, let's go to, once we have the countertop, we'll need a sink here. So first, once we finish countertop, let's go make sure we exit out. This is really important. And we can select this one cabinetry and click on sink. Okay. And let's do, select this and let's sink style. And let's pick one that has, 2 washing basin. I really like this rectangular one. This looks really professional. And let's configure the, the tab we have here. Default position is okay. Let's just select this one. And then let's, hit generate. This is also where the dimensional controls will be. Here's a little diagram. It's basically where you like to position your sink on top of this. So let's hit generate first and see where it brings us. And you'll see already what's really cool here is it automatically cuts the hole on the countertop. So there is no need to draw any openings on it. Okay, let's exit out. So now we have, placed the entire cabinetry. We have covered the base, the top, and also how to generate the sink. I think this floor plan might be a little bit too big, so I'm going to make some adjustment on the floor planner too. In order to do that, I'm going to exit out first. Well, you don't really need to exit out the project. I think I'll just, so let's go to the floor planner tool. And here you'll be able to see, the model that's been loaded. I'm just going to close in the wall just a little bit. So in here you see the importance of a filling panel. So let's go to our kitchen and bath tool again. And you see, this is where a situation happens very common when you design cabinetry at a house. You always want to keep the dimension of the cabinetry to be standardized, like 600 or 900. Right, and then you have this little weird gap that you would really like to get rid of. This is where the miscellaneous filler panels. So let's go to tall fillers, right? So you can either, just keep sliding in, or you can do like end panels. In here, I think the best way might be the back filler, right? So we did this one and just put it in here. So see, this is a really smart way. As once you edit this, let's go to 3D view. Zoom in a little bit. right? So you're basically filling out this empty void space. Let's go to the height. Let's change that to matching our, the tall cabinetry height here. And there you go. So now it looks more like a really clean, clean topped, work cabinetry. There's a lot more stuff which you can generate. We can generate crown molding. I can demo here real quick if we just do using this cabinetry. Let's do generate crown molding. And the same thing, you'll be able to select the style. Let's say, this European top line. That's what we wanted. And let's do wood and let's generate. And let's see. Do you see what happened here? So what essentially happened is it generated a little, crown moldings on top of the topper shelf, and you can always, edit that because, this might not make sense since we have a hood here and we really would like to keep a minimal look, so you can delete that. But essentially this is how you do it. Let's exit out too. Let's do a foot line, right? And you can see it's automatically, selected all the base cabinetry for us. And let's select a style. Let's do about this one, top base. Let's do this profile. Select the same wood material. Let's generate. And you just see, if you look at it down here, if you look at the profile of this, okay, I think I might have just switched to a different view. Let's hit 3. You see, this is the full line that's generating, wrapping around the cabinetries. Select, and that's, and also you can see there is an option to see where you would like to place the foot line. See if there's a way to get rid of that without manually deleting it. Okay, find it here. So you really just have to select the foot line here, you can see, and just hit delete. Okay. And there is more. Let's go to the next section. Is once we have this, we also, since it's a really generous space, we would like to have a kitchen island on top of it. So let's do add a kitchen island, go to the public library, and this is where you see is the I think it's the peninsula, or there is one here, I'm pretty sure. Base peninsular, there you go. So those cabinetry stands alone. And then with the same thing, you can do, what you really can do is copy and then do this. So you have 2 of them, and then you can generate. It's the same thing. You can also, align to different side of the, cabinetry. But first, let's generate our countertop first. So the same thing, choose the front edge. We really don't need a backsplash here. Let's go to artificial stone. And then here you can do something like, what if you want a waterfall edge? So this will be something, let's do generate. Okay. How do you do waterfall edge? Okay, this is a really interesting one. So here is the trick of how to do that. First, if you just do, like a general water edge fall, which if you click on this, you can click generate water edge fall. Click here, click generate. Click here again, click generate. Okay, and you can see complete. Start generating. And there you go. Once you have your waterfall edge, I'm going to go through the toolbar real quick of some of the smart functions within Cool Home. So we have talked about a global style, so why don't we, apply it here? So let's change all the materials to this little beige and pink color and see what it looks like, right? And change the door material to the same. Okay, and you also have the knobs and the drawer as well. Change all the drawers. Close. So you might have to do some cleanup for now. Say if you click on this, you see the drawer style has not been affected for some reason. And let me just click on this and see what has happened. So it's because the door style wasn't selected. So for some reason this will consider as a door. Okay, and for this here as well, you can see it's also being considered as a door style. So if you just have to you can like really change this door. Okay, go to the drawer and change this to the matte finishes. Same thing here, we'll just do a little bit of cleanup. And then let's see here, and then drawer style, and also here is door as well. So whenever you see the global style misses something, all you have to do is to go manually, and we do some menu fixing here and there. Okay, so that. Another part of the global style is you can actually change the knob in one click, which is really important for this really increases the efficiency once you do a lot of changes. Let's just do this. Let's apply the knob. Yeah, see, all of a sudden all the doorknob has been changed, and also the location where you would like to install it. And say I would like all of them to be centered, and then this will be this is dangerous option, but once you click it, see what happens. And you can also be on the bottom or the left or the right. So usually it's not recommended to do global change of this, because for a lot of cabinetries sometimes it's not necessarily the location of the knob need to be on the side. So if, for example, for this one, I'll probably have to move that to the lower right. Okay, I just moved the global style again. So let me exit out of here, right? Click on here, and here the knob, and here's the knob locations. And this is where, I'm going to be placing the knob locations. Same thing here, you just have to manually fix it. Okay, so after we've done this, let me go back to where we are. Let's change that back to the knob style that we all really like, which is really simple and simple aluminum finishes. So I think this looks good anyway. Once we have that, so this is a smart decals. Smart decals are really, really useful. What it does is it automatically generates and placing accessories and decorations on all the shelvings and countertops. So if you say I have a U shape, this is more, I'll consider this as an L shape. So let's apply it. And just give it a minute, you will see stuff start popping up. And if there's actually more stuff being generated, if you don't believe it, if you click on the cabinetry door and hit open, you can see some of the cabinetry, you'll actually place in some specimens here and there, and also in here as well. So this really helps you show the clients, where is that, stuff to finish it. So it's a really convenient way of adding, decorations automatically. And the internal design is similar to reconfiguring the inside space inside in the cabinetry, but this is more useful in the wardrobe design. So what I'm going to show you is how to do it in the kitchen and bath tool. Okay, let's select the, in the select furniture and part, let's go to select parts. So you can select the individual units, and once you scroll down, you can see something called custom parameters. So this is something, if I change the number, you get it right away. If I change this to 5, you can see it has generated more shelving inside the cabinetry. So if I do it to 2, and it's gonna only add 2 shelvings here. So I want to make it show clearly, right? And you can also rotate the textures. So this is essentially what you need to do for the advanced parameters and for the internal design. And of course, you can click on the drawers here as well. You can see the door overlay and custom parameters here. Let's say change it to like 50 side clear. See, so this is where you'll be able to change the openings between the door side. Let's just make it more dramatic so you can see more better. Let's make it with like 100. So you see some drawers that may have really big hardware components inside of it. This is where you'll be able to reconfigure the inside details of the space by using selecting parts. Okay, so far let's hit Command Alt again and close all the doors that we have. So in this chapter, we have covered all the basic modelings and techniques you can use to generate kitchen and bath counters. In the next part, we will go into how to produce photorealistic renders out of your model in Cool Home.